I guess I'll start the intro. Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is my very first video, and I thought it'd be very fun to join this little adventure with me. I sent in a 23andMe like a month ago. It's like $100 for like the full package, and I've always been curious about my ancestry. It's something I've never really explored. I know I'm Hispanic. I've been told I'm Hispanic my entire life. My family comes from Ecuador, and I just want to know what I was made of. So yeah, let's just jump right into this. And here we have the 23andMe website. I received a notification like 20 minutes ago that my results were ready, and I haven't seen anything. I just have the report, so I decided to jump on and start recording. So let's start with our ancestry. Let's take a look. All right, and here we have our ancestry composition. Your DNA suggests your ancestry is 66.2 Native American with ties to two other populations. I was not expecting that. I wonder what type of, yes, Ecuador is kind of Native American, like mostly Native American. So let's look at this report. Let's see what the hell I'm made of. Let's see. East Asian Native American, 66.2% Native American. Oh, this has a whole report on it too. Damn, I'm Native American. Guess I can put that on my FAFSA, right? Alright, let's see what else. 0.1% Chinese and Southeast Asian. Broadly? That's so interesting. Okay. Southeast Asian, broadly Chinese and Southeast Asian, Northern Asian. So there's a bit of Asian in me. I've got 18.9% European. This makes sense. But 11% Spanish and Portuguese. Huh. I thought that would be more, but I guess not. I was told that my great-grandfather came from the Hispaniolas. So that's a bit surprising that I'm not more Spanish and Portuguese. See, broadly South European. I'm nearly 1% Ashkenazi Jew. There we go. I'm a little bit Jewish. That's pretty neat. This is so interesting. This is like a lot more data than I was expecting. I'm gonna have to go through like this on my own time and just kind of look through everything, but I don't think you guys have that type of time, so we're just gonna keep looking. Let's see, broadly European, 1% African, 0.6% trace ancestry, Asian, broadly West African, and they have no idea where 10% of me came from. They have no idea where I come from. 10%. Oh, here we go. Recent ancestry in the Americas. South America, Guayas, Ecuador. Yeah, that makes sense. Success, you had South American ancestors. Well, yeah. Ecuador. They got that pretty dead on. But from the Guayas. Who's the Guayas? It's like here by Guayaquil. Oh, okay, yeah. My mother is from Guayaquil, so that makes a lot of sense. Chicha, Quito. My father is from Quito. Aswai. I have no idea what that is, but it looks like the stronger is Guayaquil and Quito. But Peru is also a high match, strangely enough. La Libertad. That's pretty whack. And then Lacayo region. And also La Lima region. That is neat. I don't know. Native American though. That's something new. I suspected as much. We have a pretty deep-rooted trace through Ecuador, and they're mainly Native American. So yeah, Native American likely had a great-great-grandparent, second great-grandparent, or third great-grandparent who was 100% Native American. Likely born between 1850 and 1910. How can I tell that? That's ridiculous. And then looks like here I most likely had a fourth great-grandparent, fifth great, who was 100% Spanish and Portuguese. Okay, so this is probably why I was told, like my great-grandfather or something like that. Fourth or fifth. It's not direct, but looks like it's like a generation or so. That was 100% Spanish and also 100% Jewish. So Spanish and a Jew came together to eventually make me. That's what that means. Native American. That's a lot. That's a lot. Look at, these are all of my data. That's all my data right there. That's everything. And it's lit up yellow. My X chromosome is mostly yellow. So I'm guessing my mother is also mostly Native American. That's unassigned. Like, we don't know. So yeah, I guess I'm Native American. Well, let's see what else they have. Well, let's go with the health and traits. This is gonna be interesting. Wake up time. Let's see what they say my wake up time, my natural genetic wake up time is. Derek, people with your genetics in their 20s wake up on average around 8:55 a.m. on their days off. Our biological sleep rhythms affect when we naturally prefer to fall asleep and wake up. We looked at data from 23andMe research participants and discovered genetic associations with being a morning person or a night person. Fittingly, self-described morning people tend to wake up earlier than self-described night people. That's interesting. I don't feel like I wake up very early. I feel like I usually sleep until 10. Well, that's not true. Well, I've messed up my own sleep schedule, especially during the break. I'll usually go to sleep at like 1 in the morning. Then I'll wake up at like 9 or 10. So maybe that's true. If I had a regular sleeping schedule, then probably I would wake up at 9 or even earlier. Night person. Oh, there you go. Waking up at 9. Yeah, I'm more of a night person. Let's see, in my 30s, I wake up earlier and earlier when I get older. Is that what they're saying? Ugh. 7:30? That's awful. Why? I don't want to. When I'm in my 50s, I don't want to wake up at 7:40. That's way too early. Damn. Oh well. That's my internal clock. It looks like I naturally wake up at 9. So if I guess hit me up at 9, I guess that's what the genetics say. Let's move on. Let's see what else they have. Mosquito bite frequency. Oh, how can they tell that? That's interesting. Mosquito bite frequency. How often do I get bit? Derek, based on your genetics and other factors, you're likely to get more mosquito bites than others. Some people may feel they get more mosquito bites than people around them. So what makes some people more attractive to mosquitoes than others? Genetics may be partly to blame. I don't know. This feels a little bit subjective, right? Because I feel like a lot of people would feel like they get bitten more than others. I mean, I don't know if there's like a quantitative way to I don't know if they stuck like people in a lab, right? And then someone with like my similar genetics like me, and they put them in one room and another room, and then they just let loose, or like someone, like, I don't know how they would calculate that. That's what I'm saying. Like, genetics are so varied. I'm not sure how they could say something like this. One said that female mosquitoes have a complex olfactory system that let them sniff out their food. As it turns out, mosquitoes have preferences. Mosquitoes are attracted to certain molecules in body odor, breath, and depending on the proportions of these molecules, some people may appear more delicious than others. But keep in mind that anyone can get bitten by mosquitoes, which carry disease. So to deter those itchy intruders, the Centers of Disease Control and the World Health Organization recommend using mosquito repellent, wearing protective clothing, and staying indoors during dawn and dusk when mosquitoes are most active. So maybe that's what they're referring to. Like your genetics have, they'll produce certain molecules in body odor that they find mosquitoes are more attracted to. That could make more sense to see that connection, but obviously you need to experiment to see if that's really true. I'm not sure of the accuracy of this one. That's all I'm saying. Let's go with genetic weight. Let's see. Derek, your genes predispose you to weigh about average. Cool. 360 variants associated with lower weight and 344 associated with higher weight. For an 18-year-old man who's 5'11", I would weigh about 172 pounds. That's wrong. I'm at 210, so I'm very much over. But that's just because I eat unhealthy. I like unhealthy foods. I'm a huge sweet tooth. So, definitely. And I believe I inputted that too. That's why your reported weight is higher than your genetic result would predict. Yeah. So I definitely, I've definitely weighed probably around 172. But that felt really skinny to me. I don't know why. Caffeine consumption. Let's look at this. Derek, based on your genetics, you are likely to drink slightly less caffeine than average if you drink caffeine at all. That is true. I've never been that big of a fan of coffee. I will drink some sodas and stuff, but it's not consistent, right? There are days where I just go, sometimes even weeks where I go completely just water and maybe a juice, but that's it. I don't need caffeine, right? So I get that makes sense. Let's see what else. Saturated fats. This will be interesting. You're likely to weigh more on a diet high in saturated fat. Ah, here we are. Your genetic result is associated with a 6% higher BMI on diets with more than 22 grams of saturated fat per day. All right, that makes sense about my diet now. There's a lot of saturated fat in my diet right now with potatoes and fried stuff. So that makes a little bit more sense on why I weigh 210 as opposed to closer to 170. Yeah, so they're saying my genetics say that I should actually look at my saturated fats and be like, hey, tone it down a little bit, right? I got the GG game. Likely weigh more on a diet high in saturated fat. Okay, so that makes sense. So I should probably cut down on my saturated fat. Finger length ratio? What? Derek, the combination of your genetics and other factors makes you likely to have longer ring fingers than index fingers. Let's see. Oh yeah, it's true. See, this is my ring finger, this is my pointer finger, index finger. So yeah, I mean, they're right in that aspect. I got long ring fingers, longer than my index fingers. Ooh. Yeah, 74% have longer ring fingers, 26 have longer index fingers. So I'm very much more likely to have longer ring fingers than index fingers. Yeah, I was gonna wonder why this is important. Why would they look at your hands? If finger length ratio is linked to fetal hormone exposure and stays constant throughout lifetime, it can be used as an indicator of conditions a person was exposed to in the womb during pregnancy. Some scientists gather finger length information from adults to study how conditions in the womb may have influenced things like their health and behavior later in life. That is so interesting. Hair texture. Let's see what they say about my hair. Let's see. Curly hair follicles. Scientists think the texture of your hair is created by the shape of your hair follicles. Oh, interesting. The curvier the follicle, the curlier the hair strand. Derek, the combination of your genetics and other factors make you most likely to have straight or wavy hair. Yeah, I have pretty... Wait, isn't that a cop-out? Oh, okay, so like cap girls. Yeah, I've got pretty wavy, straight hair. Sometimes it's wavy, sometimes it's straight. It just depends. But yeah, that's pretty accurate. But oh, it looks like I do have a bunch of variants that make me more curly. Look at that. It's not as straight cut as I thought, you know? So if I if I end up marrying someone with curly hair, there's a good probability that they will come out curly. Or wavy at the least. That's interesting. Cool. There's like a little splotch of like curly on the 23rd. curly, straight. I am definitely more wavy. Let's see, sweet versus salty. All right, this is an interesting one. I really like salty things, and I also really like sweet things, but I've always had a preference towards salty things. That's in my name. Dr. Sodium Chloride. That's what I've been for my entire life. This is probably the most important piece of data we're gonna get in this entire video. So let's see. Am I more prone to sweet or am I more prone to salty? We're gonna find out. Hey, Derek, the combination of your genetics and other factors make you likely to prefer salty or savory snacks. There you go. And that is true. But I love sweet things too. I'm both sweet and salty, but salty has my heart. Oh, there you go. I'm also have a lot of preference for sweet things too. So I got both of them. There you go. But I'm more likely to like salty stuff. That makes sense. Muscle composition. I'm a muscle. Most strength, no weakness, baby. Let's see. Muscle composition. Oh, Derek, your genetic muscle composition is common in elite power athletes. All strength, no weakness. Studies have found that almost all elite power athletes, including sprinters, throwers, and jumpers, have a specific gene variant and gene related to muscle composition. You have the same genetic variant as these elite athletes. I am an elite warrior. So yeah, it looks like my ancestry is very much traced back in Native America. Yeah. I mean, there's not much more we can say, other than very much of my ancestry is Native American. And so the pain that Native Americans suffered, that's also my pain. That's what my ancestors had to go through. But this is very interesting. This is very relieving, you know. I suspected some part of me was Native. I mean, obviously hindsight is 2020, but you know, some part of me said, I felt a special connection to Native Americans. I remember at one point in history class, someone brought in, no, it was a speaker. We were talking about like textbooks and how they cover up history, and our professor, Miss Bass, love you, brought in a Native American speaker. I don't know why, but I connected with it. I felt compelled to like help and contribute, and I feel like I want to follow through on that. But yeah, there we go. I am 66.2% Native American. That is where my ancestry lies, and I appreciate y'all coming with me on this adventure, getting to know a little bit more about my genetic makeup, and, what I'm made of. Anyway, thank you for watching. I have been Dr. Salt. Like and subscribe down below to see more videos I'm coming. There's a Halo Shenanigans coming out later. I also have to plug in my twitch.tv/Dr. Saltino. I am trying to stream at least once a week, whether that be like Sally Face or Halo Shenanigans or whatever game may come up. I hope to see y'all soon. Thanks for watching.